Welcome to a new season of Dog Turds into Diamonds, Season 12. We are taking on Millwall away from home in our first championship game. This is going to be something special. Let's get into it. Yes, welcome back to Dog Turds into Diamonds. It is the greatest season in our history. We are now a championship team and we are taking on Moneybags Millwall. Yes, they have had a tycoon takeover a year ago. They have some massively overpaid players and we are little old Rushden. This is going to be incredible. We have Well, let's have a look here. I think I can't see team stats yet because the season hasn't started. But do you know what? I'm going to go to squad and I want to have a look at the analyst report. If we have a look here, now in general stats, we are so far below the league average. During pre-season, as you know, if you watch the transfer special, we have had real problems in attracting players because we have such low reputation. We've really just been adding League One quality to the squad. I think if we were to get relegated this season, we would have a League One dream team. But in terms of comparing ourselves to the rest of the Championship, this is going to be a struggle this season. If we have a look at goalkeepers, we're actually not too bad there with Sanisalo and Tommy Reed. We're just a little bit below the league average, really. But I think we're competitive in terms of our goalkeepers, probably. Our agility of our goalkeepers is absolutely awful compared to the rest of the league. We are the lowest in the league for agility, but we are above average for command of area. So there you go. And for throwing. What else? Handling is a little bit above average as well. So there you go. Every cloud and all that. Defenders, we are very, very good at jumping. Outside of that, we are well below the league average. We are lowest for pace and acceleration. You can see this is going to be a tough old season. Our midfielders look kind of average in certain things. Passing, not too bad. Long shots, not too bad. Vision, not too bad. Stamina is pretty low. Teamwork is excellent, which we are going to need this season. Technique is very low, league lowest. What else? In attack, we got decent finishing by the looks of it and decent jumping. Outside of that, very, very average. Physically, we're well below average. We're really going to struggle physically. Mentally, we're well below average. And technically, in some areas around about the average, but below average in most things. So that kind of shows you what we are up against. If we look at the season preview, we are only above Tranmere as favourites to go down. 350 to 1 to win the league. I wonder what we are to stay up. Birmingham, who finished second in League One behind us, are 21st, and they have been signing a lot of players in the summer. So this is by no means a foregone conclusion that we can compete and stay up. We are seen as being not just outsiders, but real long shots. In terms of stadiums, if we look in terms of capacity, we are by a long way the smallest capacity in the league. Tranmere hold just under 13,000. We can only expand our stadium to just under 10,000. So you can see we are the absolute minnows in this division. If we looked at Millwall a little bit last episode when we had a little look around the grounds, they've got Guy Kane, who's a very successful young 37-year-old manager, has had a promotion like us from League Two from League One, has got a team into the Championship, and has now been given a chance with Millwall. Looking at Millwall, let's have a look. In their history, we look at landmarks, and last summer they were taken over by Jamie Conte in a tycoon takeover. He's improved the facilities, and they have spent a lot of money. If we look at their transfer history, so far this year, just a couple of free transfer signings. Yeah, they've actually sold more. So, okay, they've only spent 1.7 million. That's a little bit odd. Okay, so they actually haven't spent that much by the looks of it, but they do have some players on massive wages. There you go. Okay, so now we're seeing the reality of it as we come down to the previous season. So they actually sold more than they bought. They sold a few players there for 13, nearly 14 million. So that they did sell a player to Watford for 13.5 million. That was basically the one big sale they did. And then on the ins, they haven't actually spent that much, have they? They've bought a few players in for a few million, but it's been more about their wages that they've been spending money. They have a number of players on big money. I think it's Fornari is their big player. 46,000 a week he makes in the Championship. That is not small. So Millwall have been flashing the cash around, and with them playing with a number 10, there you go, 30,000 for Guillermo Figueroa each week. Piasold, who was their big signing, he makes 21,500 a week. We are spending, I think, about 62,000 a week, just for reference. Darren Hyde, he doesn't make that much. And Levi Colwill, he makes 20,000 a week as well. So they have a really good squad. So if we get into this, we can see this is going to be a really tough game. We have had a really good pre-season. I've been really pleased, but we are lacking that special striker that we need. Again, in the last episode, we looked at a couple of transfers that are pending. I will remind you of that at the end of this game. For some reason, our morale does not look particularly good. I don't know if players want maybe new contracts now that we've gone up, but our morale is not particularly great. But this is the team that is going to start our Championship campaign. Sanisalo in goal. I'm hoping he becomes a Finnish international this season. Been an absolutely wonderful signing for £28,000. The only player we've ever bought for money. We do have a signing pending for 220,000, which would blow that out of the water. Igor Luiz, improving nicely. He lost some attribute points during pre-season, but he seems to be recovering there. He's recovered his heading point. I did have him doing extra work on his aerial game, so it's nice to see him improving. I hope as a Championship player he is going to just fulfill his potential there. You can see it seems he's pretty close to it, but hopefully he can add a little bit more and establish himself as a Championship player. Pakula is going to be starting at centre-back. The AC Milan Englishman signed from Arsenal on loan to us for the season. This is a special centre-back for the Championship, I think. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. Had a little injury in pre-season, so didn't play all the games. Still getting up to fitness, but I think he's going to be absolutely great. He will be partnered by the captain, Callum Simpson, the West Brom man, of course, who has been on loan to us for 3 seasons after they signed him for 1.7 million. He still hasn't played a game for West Brom. He still hasn't left us, so he signed for West Brom and has never actually gone there in over 2 years now. But I think they will probably have him there next season. But for this season, he continues to be our captain. And at left back, Dylan Jones, our best player last season, 10 assists in League One. Hopefully he can continue that. A really great signing. In midfield, our new vice captain, with Jordan Rossiter retiring, our new vice captain is Alex Baker. He looks a fantastic player mentally and physically. a little bit limited technically, but pretty good. He will be partnering once again Eugenio Moreno, the 20-year-old Englishman. I guess with him being English, he'd probably be known as Eugenio, wouldn't he? Again, a really good deep line playmaker, a very, very good League One player. Is he going to be capable of stepping up to the Championship and starting to fulfill this 4.5-star potential, which he apparently has? I really hope to see him just explode this season and really cement himself as a Championship player. On the right, Mario Caciel, now our player, the 21-year-old Colombian. Another one that I really want to see fulfill this potential this season. He's had a great pre-season, 5 in 6 appearances and an assist, playing as a right winger. Looks absolutely fantastic. Harry Wilson, the 35-year-old Welshman. He has been great in pre-season as an advanced playmaker in the number 10 role. He's been great. He's probably got one more good season in him. His physicals have really dropped off, as you can see, but he's still very, very good mentally and decent technically. Hopefully this is one last hurrah where he can help us to stay in the Championship. And Ellis Chapman, playing his 3rd season with us. Can the left winger step up to the Championship? He's now 31. He is not going to get any better. We're going to have to see how he goes. Hopefully he can do what he has done the last 2 seasons in League One for us. His first season, 13 goals and 8 assists. His second season, 8 goals and 14 assists. I need him to be a big, big player again. He's had a great pre-season with 4 assists and a goal. And up front is going to be Harry Brady, the loanee from Sheffield United. He's got 3 in 6 in pre-season, has looked good. Is he a Championship striker? I think he's a little bit short of it, but he's another one that hopefully can fulfill this potential as the season goes on and become the player that I think he can be. A really, really good 6'5", half decent pace, 16 jumping reach, 11 strength, really good finisher, decent off the ball to find the spaces. Yeah, I hope he can be our goal scorer because we are lacking one. We have been looking all summer for a striker. We haven't been able to get hold of that next level striker that we need. On the bench, Ufi Dreyer, now our player. I overpaid a little bit for him at 3,300 a week, but he's my backup right back. I've got a backup right back. We did have an option in the summer, a Spanish player that was on trial with us. He wanted 6,000 a week. He would have been better than Igor Luiz, but I wasn't going to spend 6,000 a week on him. So Ufi Dreyer, who was so good for us in the Championship last season, continues. Brian Nolan, our young centre-back, he has recovered his 11 heading as well that he lost during the course of last season. He's another youngster, the ex-Liverpool man, who has got bags of potential. And I really hope that playing in the Championship, he can start to fulfill that potential and become a really very special player. Also on the bench, Malicio. Joaquin Malicio, I think he was ex-Arsenal. He's improved really well over the seasons with us. We bought him at the end of our Vanarama National League title season. He's played the last 4 years in League 2 and League 1 for us. Has been very, very good. I think he might be a little bit out of his depth in the Championship, but hopefully again he is another one that can improve a little bit playing at a higher level. Eddie Little, much the same. He has been great for us, the ex-Liverpool deep line playmaker. Hopefully he can improve and fulfill that 5-star potential that he has. Again, he might be a little bit below Championship level right now, but hopefully he can improve. Concannon is on the bench. I don't think he's a Championship level player, but he forms part of the squad, can play on the right, can play number 10, can play in midfield. Very versatile player. John Campbell is another one who is really a League One standard player, but hopefully can do a job. Again, he's got a little bit of potential, the ex-Arsenal man. Can he step it up to this new level this season? And completing the bench is Daniel Adu-Ajay, probably leaving for Sheffield Wednesday for £60,000 and a friendly. That could go up based on appearances to 80,000, which would be decent money for a player we got on a free. Did okay for us last season in League One. A decent backup, a decent finisher, but could be moving on. So there you go. Not in the squad for today's game. Harvey Davies, I did renew his contract as the third choice goalkeeper. Tommy Reid, the second choice goalkeeper, a real legend of this save. He has been with us since the Vanarama National League title winning goalkeeper. Lost his place in League One the season before last when we signed Sanisalo, but a real legend for us. Kennedy's still not fit. He has got another 3 weeks to go. Saunders, the backup left back. Joe Evans, out of contract. I've kept him around until we get through the transfer window. We'll have to wait and see what happens with him. If I sign some players before the end of the transfer window, Joe Evans will leave. Again, another legend of the save. Apaya, our new centre-back, doesn't make the squad, the 18-year-old, released by, I think it was Chelsea. It was. Doesn't make the squad, but expect him to get some appearances through the season. Looks a fantastic prospect, the 18-year-old Ghanaian. That is where we are at with the squad. Who is this guy who is in on trial? McElligott. An 18-year-old Englishman, midfielder. I have no recollection of who this is. He's just been released by Wolves. We've got him in. We'll see if he's any good. He looks like he's got some decent qualities, but we'll see. We'll see if he's worth signing, the 18-year-old. But there you go. That's the team for today. Let's get into it. This is going to be really tough. They have a really good number 10. Yeah, our first ever championship game. Can we just compete, give a good account of ourselves away from home, and maybe give ourselves something to build on? We're under no pressure, really. I'm not expecting to win many games away from home this season. Let's just see how it goes. Yeah, so yeah, Ricky Terry is starting for Millwall. That surprises me. Let's go. We've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's see if we can get the players pumped up for this. Go and make a difference. Make me proud. The players are responding well. Tactically, I am going to make changes. I am just going to drop Baker down into a defensive midfield position, which he can play. Defensive midfielder on defend. You can see he can do that very comfortably. And Harry Wilson, I'm just going to move back into midfield, still as that advanced playmaker, but just coming back into the midfield. So Baker is going to mark up their number 10, Daniel Tumilty. There you go. And the players that I was expecting to perhaps play as number 10 are playing actually on the wings. Agustin Fornari, I thought might be their number 10. He's playing as the striker. So Pakula, on his debut, is going to have to deal with him. He is going to be the big threat. And then I'll just get our wingers marking up their fullbacks. That aside, do I want to change anything else? I think I'm going to leave everything as it is. Positive mentality. We've been scoring some goals in the last couple of games of pre-season, working it more into the box. I'm not going to be expressive today. I am not going to be expressive. We're playing quite, well, sort of averagely direct, I guess. Yeah, I do want to play to the flanks. I think that's where the space is going to be. Do I get stuck in? I'm not going to get stuck in for now, but if we're being dominated, that might be necessary. Let's see how it goes. So our first game as a championship club. What is going to happen? It's a quiet start, and that is fine by me. And now we have a corner. Wilson, Harry Wilson putting in, and Brady heads over. If only he had better than 10 heading, the 6'5" man. But at least we've had an early highlight, which is encouraging. And I am now going to encourage the players. We have the ball at the start of this highlight. Harry Wilson, he's been running things in pre-season. We beat Charlton of the Championship comfortably in a pre-season game, and we drew with Leicester City as well of the Premier League, which was fantastic. So I'm quietly confident that we can compete, and this is a really good move as Jones gets in. Chapman, can anyone find a shot? Moreno puts it over the bar, and that is a disappointing end to what was a very promising move. Can we hit the target? Pakula gets hold of it, and we're looking good in possession so far. Kakiao, Pakula, Baker, Wilson finding Brady, and Brady finds Kakiao, and we are in front. Away at Millwall in our first ever championship game. What a goal that was. Wilson involved, as was Pakula. Wilson finds Brady. Brady with the through ball. And Kakiao, now our player last season on loan to us from Burnley. He is now an AFC Rushden Diamonds player. Not even a hint of offside. I was actually a little bit worried when it was scored, but on the replay it was nowhere near. And I've clicked praise, and we haven't seen the outcome of this highlight for Millwall yet. And are they going to now start to really come back at us now we're in front? Tumilty, one of their big signings, and it's a great ball in, but Jones gets a hold of it. And is there a chance for us on the counter-attack? No, it goes back to Robinson, and this highlight is not over yet. I thought we might have got away with it. Figueroa gets it in. It's a great save from Sanisalo. Come on, highlight. Come on, there's no need for more. Oh, come on, Football Manager. There's no need for any more. Figueroa gets onto it, and he's gone down for a penalty. Oh, man. We survived 2 good attacks. The highlight continues. And it's now 1-1. Oh my goodness. So our lead did not last long at all. What did it last? About 4 minutes? 1-1. And we have got to now pick ourselves up again. That great start that we had. We have got much more of the possession. We've created a few chances, but Wilson loses the ball there, and Fornari is in. It comes to Figueroa, and we've survived again, and Brady gets hold of it. He's got men on the right and the left. Chapman goes all the way back, building it up again. Moreno into Brady. Kakiao finds Brady again, and Brady sees his shot saved. We get a corner. We've got some really big players in terms of height. If we can get some good deliveries off Wilson this season, he's got brilliant set-piece ability. I'm hoping with our big centre-backs we can really get some goals, and with 6'5" Brady up front as well. We win the ball back again. Brady has got it. Can we build another attack here? Igor Luiz combining with Brady. Brady really needs to be in the box as Jones. Can he get a crossing? He gets it back to Brady, and Brady, with his 16 finishing, he puts it wide. That was a great opportunity. We've been much the better team here. More possession, more shots, a better XG. You can argue we are unlucky not to be winning. This is a fantastic performance against a team that must surely be expecting to challenge for playoffs this season at the very least. And can we now continue in the same vein? We get a free kick with Wilson, Igor Luiz, and Kakiao is there again. On his second debut for AFC Rushden Diamonds, he's got 2 goals. The right wing Colombian. Absolutely tearing it up. Igor Luiz headed it across. There was Kakiao to get in front of the goalkeeper. And again, not even a hint of offside. What are you talking about? 2-1 up, and can we now take control of this game? Don't let them back into it again. We have been much the better team. And if we can do this away from home against a team with loads of money to spend, some really highly paid players. Can we even expect a little bit more from this season? Moreno is in now, and it's saved by Gunn. What a chance that was. What changes do we make here? What do I even want to change when we're playing like this? Let's praise the players again. 20 minutes to go now, just over 20 minutes, and that is an awful free kick, which has given Millwall the chance to get in again and attack us. Figueroa is in, and what a finish from Guillermo Figueroa. Oh my goodness, and that is what we have got to expect this season. We are up against players who can do that to you, even in the games you dominate. We have got to take our chances, and we have got to be better without the ball, haven't we? League One's dominant defence from last season. And they have only had 5 shots on target. And they have scored 2 goals. 15 minutes to go. Oh, we've got a corner. I was just about to make changes. Let's see what happens with the corner first. Wilson putting it in. Moreno will get hold of it. Can we still make something out of this? Simpson into Pakula. Wilson. Moreno finds Kakiao. It's a great chance. Luiz forces a save and it's away. But the highlight continues. Chapman, Brady, out to Jones. Another cross will come in. Oh my goodness, I thought it was the hat-trick for Kakiao. What a move. And let's make some changes now. 12 minutes to go. Pakula is shattered. I am going to change him up, even though Igor Luiz is also shattered, and he's on a booking. What do I do? Do I change Luiz or do I change Pakula? I'm going to change Pakula. He's still finding his fitness. And Alex Baker is also very tired, but I just think he's so important. Let's get Malicio in there. I might be really making a mistake by making these changes, mightn't I? But I don't have anyone that can play in Ellis Chapman's position, so I can't really make that change. I'm just going to make those 2 changes for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the overlaps off, and I'm going to play for set pieces as well, which I should have been doing beforehand. And I'm just going to start time wasting a little bit. I'm not going to send players forward on the counter attack, and I'm going to slow things down a touch. And I'm also going to get stuck in and just bring our line of engagement back. I'm just going to start to look to get out of here with the point. Let's see if I'm not taking too big a risk by making these changes. I hope I don't let Millwall in at the end of this game. Let's encourage the players for the last few minutes again. And I'm going to go full out time wasting for the last 5. And let's just be a bit more disciplined as well. Do I bring off Harry Wilson? The last few minutes, I'm going to bring on Eddie Little for Harry Wilson, and I'm going to make Eddie Little a deep line playmaker on support. Can he find the pass to win this game? Just to finish off here. Last few minutes. We are getting a fantastic opening day result as it stands. Just encourage the players for the last few minutes that you can argue that having had 9 shots on target and 19 shots in total, a 2.7 XG and 57% of the ball, we really probably should have won the 3 points there, shouldn't we? But let's be happy with that. What a debut in the Championship. Really, really pleased. Really happy. Now, I tell you now, I am going to do more videos this season as we are now in the Championship. We're going to have some massive games. I am going to be coming back more often. But let's have a look now and see when might our next fixture be. When might we come back to see you again? So really solid first game, really good performance. Disappointing that we couldn't get the victory. I do think we were the better team. But yeah, we are now playing Luton Town away, at home in the Carabao Cup in just a few days' time. Probably going to have to rotate 1 or 2 players for that. I'm not going to come back and do that game. I think we've played a few Carabao Cup first round ties in recent seasons. Hopefully we will get through that, and if we get a big second round tie, then maybe we'll come back and watch that game in a live com. So in terms of transfers, again, as we spoke about in the last episode where we looked around European football, we are just waiting on a few transfers. Nick Noble and Konstantinos Vassiliou have loan offers to come to us. They do have other offers from other championship clubs, which I think they'll probably both accept, but hopefully they'll both come in because they're not really costing us too much money. And Rocco Vata has got his contract on the table to come in from Dunfermline. Hopefully that will be our striker option for the season. And Daniel Aduajay will probably go out to Sheffield Wednesday with a deal worth up to 80,000. Rocco Vata could be our record signing at 220,000. From what we can see of him, he looks more than good enough to be a very good first team player for us. When will we be back? Let's have a look. Looking at the schedule, I mean, we've got so many big games, haven't we? I think what we might do is come back maybe for, maybe Norwich at home, West Brom away in just a few weeks' time. These teams have both been relegated from the Premier League. So those are two massive, massive games. Two of the biggest that we're going to have this season. Two of the favourites for promotion. So maybe we'll come back and do that one. And then looking a little bit further down here, I mean, there's just so many big games to choose from. Now we're getting into some of the real names of English football. Going to be really exciting to play some of these. But I think that will be the first one, kind of see how we stand up against two teams that have been relegated. So I will see you on the next episode when we take on Norwich and West Brom. But for now, let's just be very, very happy with the day's work we've done and picking up our first point in the championship away from home at Millwall. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. Just help us out with that. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.